Yeah, right. Hello, everyone. This is Adam with Adam's Exploits, and my co-hostess Anita Finita. This is the first time we can actually go live. Oh, I got to mute my chat. That would help.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining in.
Rookie mistake.
What happened?
I forgot to mute my YouTube chat.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So anyway, I'm going to say hello to everybody, and then we're going to wait a couple of minutes because the announcements just went out, and sometimes it takes a few minutes for YouTube to get caught up. We'll just say hello to a few people. Nita and I, this is our special Halloween show. I'm kind of sort of dressed up. Anita's dressed up. She can tell you her story about her costume. But we're gonna wait a couple minutes and let people filter in. We're at like 1 minute now, so just say hello to everybody. Lisa is in there, and Noni's Treasures is in chat. Right now, I guess we just have a few people in the chat, right?
Yeah, let's just wait a little bit.
We'll wait a little bit.
Yeah.
So Anita's going to teach you guys some jewelry tricks and tips.
Yes.
And I'm going to talk to you guys with a Halloween theme. And then we'll open it up to questions and suggestions. And then we'll go from there. So I don't know if the announcement went out yet. Did you receive an announcement? I haven't received mine yet, so I don't know if it went out.
No, I don't know. Sometimes we send it out and it doesn't go out. So
right. Well, people are filtering in. We're up to 8 viewers. So
hi, Barbara, Kathy, and we have Treasure Hustlers. Hi, everyone. Happy Halloween.
Hi, Catherine. We're just waiting for more people to filter in. Anita's going to start the show, and she's going to show you guys some jewelry tips and tricks. You did get the announcement. Did you get the advanced announcements or just the live announcement, Catherine? You got your announcement? Okay. Well, not that we're going to have 100 people in there, but everybody said I needed moderators, and none of my moderators are here.
Okay.
I guess I should have 5. But you got both. Great. Okay. Thank you for letting us know. So Anita, both of the announcements went out. The announcement for the show's coming, and then the live announcement went out. Thanks, Catherine. Thanks for letting us know. Great. You got it too, Lisa?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. We're gradually, I guess people are out working. Hey, is it Jackie and Sarah, or Jackie, or who's here? It looks like Trouble's here. Who's here? Jackie or Sarah, or who's here? Let me know, ladies. The crazy dumpster divers.
Oh.
You guys got to subscribe to their chat. Do you know them, Anita? You've probably seen them in some of the chats.
Yes, I've seen. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, both. Oh, thank you, ladies, for joining us. We both look very cute. Okay. It's your call. We're at 9 viewers. Do you want to start doing your thing? You want to just maybe?
Yeah. Thank you, Barbara.
Okay, I'm gonna lock on you, Anita.
Yeah, I'm a deer today. I got a costume for the Statue of Liberty, but it didn't come in time. So I went out shopping today, and this is what I came up with. I actually think I like this one better. This one's cuter than the one I had previously got. Hi, everyone. Okay. Today, what I'm gonna do is remember last time on the last show, I said that I was gonna show you guys, the difference between jewelry that has wear and ones that don't, and wear doesn't mean that you actually wore it or it's a used item. So I'm gonna show you those. Okay. First, I'm gonna show you this ring that has actual wear. And and especially if you're a reseller, if you want to sell an item, if it is in this condition, you need to mention that it's in this condition, because they'll eventually end up sending it back because it wasn't in the description. So let me just show you guys. Give me a second. Let's hope it focuses. Okay, here we go. Okay. Today my camera, I don't know what's going on with it. Okay, so here we go. Can you guys see how? There it is. This is what I call wear. Is it focusing, Adam?
Yes and no. It's not totally focused, but
okay. Let me just move these out of the way. Okay, there it is. Okay, see this coloring here?
Like kind of
and how it's gold over here. Hey, David. It's gold on this side, and then the part where it goes around your finger, the outside, and usually on the inside too, it turns kind of like a discolored, rusty color, which is not great for reselling. For using, what you can do is still use it if you wash it, with Dawn or some kind of like dishwashing liquid. You can use it for yourself, but as far as reselling goes, this will not work. And yeah, what you can do is, of course, this one, you can't really do anything about this one anymore because the wear is already there. But as far as if you have a new item, where this is not a new item, this one actually Elma Thrift sent me, and I'm going to show you how nice this one is. Hang on. Okay, this is the neck area. Usually the wear is around the neck area or on the bottom of the ring. See this one here. There we go. See how nice and gold and clean, even on the clasp here, there's absolutely no wear. What you can do, of course, not on the necklace, but on the ring, in this area, what you can do is coat it with clear nail polish, let it out to dry, give it another coat, and of course, let it out to dry. I would actually do 3 coats. On the rings, you can use nail polish, but on the necklaces, you can't use nail polish. There's a spray, it's called jewelry finish spray, and they have it, I think, on eBay and Amazon. It's about $8 or $9, and it's well worth the purchase. What you do is just lay it down. I don't have the spray with me. You just lay it down and just go ahead and spray about from here to here is where you spray, and then you can spray it maybe 2 times, and then as you do wear the item, continue, depending on how often you wear it, continue spraying it, and it'll stay this nice clean gold color. So that's what I wanted to show you about the wear. Now, do you want to go say hi to some other people while I get the setup for the jewelry?
Sure, we can do that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we do. Okay. While I get my stone ready.
So we're just going to wait for Anita she's setting up a little test for you guys to show you how to test for silver. That's some of the issues when you're buying online or buying, through the different pop-up shops and auctions. It's kind of hard sometimes to tell if something is stamped 925 or stamped sterling, or if it's stamped with the maker's mark. So before you resell it and list it on eBay or Etsy or whatever, or Poshmark, you definitely want to make sure if you're saying that something is, 10 carat is 10 carat, saying something sterling is sterling. So Anita's going to go through and show you guys a little bit how to do the testing.
Okay, when you get a testing kit,
are you ready?
Yes, when you get a testing kit, it comes with this stone here, and it also comes with 2 little bottles. Actually, sometimes it comes with more, and the more usually it comes with the 10 carat, the 12 carat, 14 carat. But the silver, there's only one. It's kind of like this red liquid, and the clear one is for gold. So what I do is, I'm going to show you guys. I usually have some Q-tips handy. Of course, you need to wear gloves for this, but I'm not right now because I do it so often. I'm very careful. But you please wear gloves because this is acid, and it's not safe. I'm going to show you on real silver what happens. Okay, so you just scratch it a little bit, not too much. I'm scratching too much right now, but a little bit like this, where you get a line. And you just put a drop of the liquid on, the red color one. Yeah, just a drop here. Oops, I missed the line. There we go. And it's gonna have this little red spot on it, kind of like a little blood spot. And if it's silver, it'll turn red. Let's see. There you go. There it is. And if it's not silver, it'll turn kind of like a gray color, which I'm going to show you again because this one is not silver. This one is not silver. So I'm going to show you what happens here. You can already tell when something is not silver because you can't even scratch it. You're having a hard time scratching it. Look at it. And let's see. The liquid, here we go. And a little drop here. And pick it up with the Q-tip. Okay, see, it's going to turn right now. It's going to disappear. Give it a second. You see, it's already starting to disappear. There it goes. There it goes. It gets lighter and lighter and lighter. as to where the other one, it should still have the spot on it. I don't know if you can see very well, but let's see. Let me just flip it over. Okay, there. See how the other one, oh my God, the focus here. There it is. Okay. You can see one of them still has the spot on it and one of them disappeared. I don't know why the focus is being so bad today. There it is.
Yeah, the one on our left.
Yeah, see, you can see the line.
And the one on our right doesn't have any. It's just a little bit like a silverish gray color to it.
Yes. And when it comes to the gold, what happens is you don't use the Q-tip. This one here is gold, the necklace. And you just scratch it again on, let me show you here, on here. And you put the liquid on. You just make a line with this one. And you should still, I don't know if it's actually going to focus here, but you can still see the line underneath. Oh, wrong way. Okay. I spilled it a little bit. Okay. You should still see the line. It's not focusing very well, but you should still be able to see the line underneath through the liquid.
The line through the liquid. Be careful, you're going to spill the liquid on your paper.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, you should still be able to see the line through the liquid. If it's not gold, what will happen is the line will, totally disappear. And depending on how you check what carat it is when you do the line and you see this one here, the liquid it said it was for 14 karat. This one, where'd it go? Well, this one is for 14 karat. So if the line is still there, that means it is at least 14 karat. After this, you can try the 18 karat. If the line is still there, that means it's 18 karats or more. When you see when you see the line starting to break up, that means that it's one less than what the carat is, a little bit less. But when the line totally disappears, it's not gold at all. Now I'm going to show you some jewelry that is stamped 925. That's when you buy jewelry and it's stamped 925. See, this one is stamped 925. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Anita, can you hear me?
Yes.
Catherine had a question. Your question is what, Catherine? How long does those stones last? You mean like the testing stones?
Oh, it lasts like
forever, right?
Forever, yeah. I've been using this one for months now. Okay. So yeah, you can. But the liquid, the liquid, of course, because you're using it, you can change the liquid.
You have to replace that. You can buy it individually.
Yes. And okay, I'm going to show you this one now. It says here 925. It's stamped on here. And this is a magnet. And okay, what I'm going to do is put it on here. As you can see, it's just stuck on here. I can even put it upside down and it won't fall. So this is not real silver. Just because something is stamped 925 doesn't make it sterling silver and doesn't make it silver. What happens is when they stamp it 925 from in other countries, the only way they can get it out of the country to a different country is if it's stamped. And it's not very hard to stamp something 925. They sell the little stamp. Even on eBay, you can find one. What they do is just put it on the metal, use a little hammer, just go ahead and stamp it on there, and they sell it as 925. So when you do go yard sailing and things like that, take a magnet with you. Like if somebody, even necklaces, anything, 925 will automatically be drawn to the magnet. I mean, it'll pick it up.
And you could have like a little jeweler's loop too, like in your handbag or your pocket or whatever, to look for maker's marks.
Yes. Yes, it's best to have a loop with you and a magnet when you're going out searching for these kinds of items.
Barbara had a question. She said, what type of mark does the scratching leave on the piece of jewelry?
What do you mean?
Barbara, ask Anita your question again. She said, what, I guess, does it damage the ring, is like what she's implying.
Oh, no.
Does the stone damage the ring? When you test it?
It does like give it a little scratch, but that's why I'm saying I scratched it more than I should have. So what you can do is just give it even one small scratch, and it should already pick it up and be kind of like a reddish color, like a blood spot. It's best not to go ahead and you don't want to grab the stone. Oops, where'd it go? Here. Yeah, you don't want to grab the stone and scratch, a lot. Just a small scratch, just so it'll pick up, a drop of liquid from on it. So no, it doesn't really damage it. And as far as cleaning silver, sometimes I use the silver cloth where you can get at jewelry stores. Or what you can do is like Sandy, you can put it in the tumbler, which doesn't damage the jewelry. And there's different ways of cleaning it. I used to use the Tarnix, which I recently found out that when you put it in there, what it does, it takes like a layer off of your jewelry. So don't use the Tarnix when it comes to cleaning sterling silver. And then especially when your silver items, I'm not sure what that's called, but sometimes how the items have kind of like a black finish in them. I don't know if I don't have an item like that to show you guys, but it's like the item is silver, and then when you look in it, it has kind of like a black finish in it. You don't want to wash those or throw those in Tarnix at all, because it'll take off all of that black finish, and those are and if it's a vintage item, it'll ruin the piece. So yeah, you have to be careful when it comes to cleaning items. Do you guys have any more questions?
Any other questions for Anita about the testing the jewelry?
Okay, do they stamp 925 if plated? They stamp 925 on anything. I actually have a piece where they stamped 14 karat, and it was on a brass bracelet. So when it comes to stamping, you have to be really careful, because they'll just stamp anything on anything. Vinegar.
You were saying something about the difference between the finishes, like a matte finish and a shiny finish, and you said like when you test it on stone, it's not sterling.
Yes, when you see an item is stamped 925 and the finish looks really shiny, kind of like a chrome finish, like somebody's tires, chances are that's not going to be silver, because sterling silver doesn't have that kind of finish. It has kind of like it does have a shine to it, but it's more like between a shine and a matte. It's not shiny. If you notice that it's too shiny, that means that most likely that's not going to be silver.
Stephen had a question about using vinegar to clean.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can use vinegar, and you can also use baking soda. You can use anything that
you make like a paste.
You can make paste. Yes, vinegar and baking soda works also. I know some people that actually put the baking soda in water, boil it, and put their jewelry in it. But I would only do that with clear stones or just items that are only silver like this. I wouldn't put something that's pearl or a gemstone in there, because it'll probably ruin the stone itself. I've gotten rings 55 cents, and where's that? Yeah.
Yeah, 925 doesn't mean anything. It could just be if somebody buys a stamp, like Anita says, on eBay and just stamps it, and it's doesn't have to be silver, because it could be an alloy. Yes. There's no silver in it at all.
Yes, thank you, Barbara. It's called oxidation, the black on the silver. When you throw that into something like Tarnix, it'll come out without the black on it. And the black,
it'll take a layer of the metal off there, right?
Yeah, and it'll also take off what Barbara said, the oxidation on it, which is something that if it's an older piece, it just basically ruins that piece, and you can't get that oxidation back. I get necklaces and clasps 925 chain silk. Clasp mark 925, but the chain itself sticks. When it's sometimes when it's a necklace and it's 925, the jump ring, the ring that looks like an O, sometimes those are not sterling silver, and if it picks up just that area only, that's fine. Sometimes it will pick up the jump ring. Yeah, let's see. True cotton rings. Yeah, if you're getting a ring for 55 cents, if it's something that's too good to be true, chances are it is. Okay.
Well, I think that's about it for the questions. Do you see any other questions in the chat?
No, I don't. Okay.
You just want to say hello to a few people, and then I can switch over to myself.
Yeah, I just hi David, hi Flipping Cents, $2. Treasure Hustlers, Barbara, thank you for coming in. This is it's a fun episode for us today because it's Halloween. Of course, we'll be back on Wednesday. Yeah, that's all I was gonna do for today. But you know, we have a lot in store for next week, and we're gonna see. Oh, hi, Layla. Layla, you missed the whole thing, but you guys can always rewatch.
There's Tanya.
Hi, Tanya. How are you? Okay, so what we're okay. So you can go ahead and switch to yourself, Adam, and we're gonna listen to Adam a little bit today.
Okay, a little Halloween theme here. Let me just pop my chat back up so I can see any comments here.
Thank you.
Anita decided she was going to do the trade you guys are about to wear, because I know a lot of you ladies are into jewelry, and I'm trying to learn about jewelry. That's why I'm on a lot of the jewelry shows, just to learn more and to expand my repertoire, so to speak, and expand my items that I sell, because I'm not crazy about selling clothing, and jewelry I think is readily available. And you know, I need to learn about it, and I don't want to get, you know, make sure if I buy something that is sterling, it's sterling. So I'm going to buy a kit, and I'll probably end up buying the tumbler that Sandy had recommended from Cabela's. Get that, and then also she said the media, which is like the materials that you put in the tumbler. She bought that at PetSmart. You can buy it on Amazon and some other places, but it was a better deal. Sandy said, and I checked the pricing. It is a better deal at PetSmart. They have the crushed walnut shells. I don't know if it was a 10 or a 15-pound bag, but it was very reasonable. It was like, I think, $20. I think on Amazon it's like 5 pounds and it's $20. So am I trying to be a what? Tourist? No, but I did many years ago, bought a sterling silver allegedly ring in Mexico, and I turned my finger green. And I did what Anita said. You know, I didn't wear. I'm not really much of a jewelry person. I put like clear nail polish on it, so the green wouldn't get on my finger.
That's a good indication that it's not silver when your fingers are
not silver. And then once you, before I get sidetracked here, why don't you tell a little bit about the Mexican silver as well? Is there a difference in that, and how does that work, Anita?
Mexican silver, there isn't that much. There isn't difference in when it comes to the metal. The only difference is when it's real silver, and it says 925. For some reason, in the selling, when it comes to selling it, and you know, eBay and Posh, it's more desirable. People like to have the items that are stamped 925. There's no like specific reason why, but I have noticed when it comes to, you know, selling my items, the ones that are stamped 925 Mexico go faster than just the 925s when it just says 925 on it. I don't know what the reason is, but as far as the metal goes, the metal is the same. And then also the Taxco pieces. Those I guess because they're older pieces, and I don't know what, like, there's no specific reason on why people prefer to buy those and they sell faster, but they do.
Okay.
Oh, and so, I want to show everybody the things like the I'm just things that you need as a reseller when you sell jewelry. These are things that you need. The testing kit, the silver testing kit, is a must. Everybody that sells jewelry, especially fine jewelry, needs to have the testing kit, because you need to make sure that what you're selling is sterling silver or gold. And of course, you need this handy stick. This one is like they have it at Michael's for like $5. You can order it online.
It's only $5. That's very reasonable.
Yeah, because this one is plastic. The metal one is obviously more expensive, but the plastic one is about $5. Sometimes it's $6, depending on if they're having a sale that day or not. The most they go for is $8. That's the most.
And Michael's always has coupons, online coupons, and yeah.
Yeah, and then when you put the ring on here, you have to see where the ring is. Like over here, this one is a size 9 because it's right in the middle. You have to see where the middle of the ring is, not the top, not the bottom, where the middle of the ring is. So this one is a size 9, and then you all should. This is something everybody should have too. The little scale
that
here.
Measures in grams.
Yeah, and that measures in grams, because jewelry, when you're selling it, they want to know how many grams it is. And this is the handy dandy loop that everybody needs to have, so you can see, you know, marking.
Yeah, definitely take that to you when you go out to garage sales and, you know, thrift shops or whatever. You can check for the maker's mark. I mean, that's what I'm learning from the jewelry sellers.
Yeah, you can hang it on. Yeah.
Well, one tip that if you have an iPhone, I think a lot of the other smartphones have it now. They have a magnifying glass on your phone, With the let me show you guys. I'll see. I'm gonna go back to me for a second, Anita. With the iPhone, you just flip this bottom part up where your accessories are, and it's in here. That's not it. But anyway, it is in here. Let's see. Yeah, so you could use like the camera, and then you can just like zoom in. But anyway, that's one of the accessories they put in. They put a measuring tape in there too, the latest Apple update. But my understanding is people have been having problems with it. So when you're measuring things for eBay, make sure you use a regular measuring tape, or this is like a heavy duty measuring tape. But make sure you use measuring tape and don't rely on the Apple app, the iPhone app, because my understanding is a lot of the apps are not completely accurate. But I mean, you can use it as, I guess, the guesstimate if you're out somewhere and you're trying to figure out something. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so that was Anita's portion of the program. So I'm going to do a little, like I said, we're on a little Halloween theme here, and I'd like to thank Anita, my co-host, for getting dressed up. And she had some issues getting her costume, but she looks great, I think. And I want to thank her for getting dressed up for the show. And again, the show will rotate between our channels. This week was on my channel. It was supposed to be last week, but the Google gods didn't cooperate, so Anita was kind enough to have it on her channel. So it's on my channel this week, and then next Wednesday it'll be on Anita's channel. And I put Anita's link, and David's been putting the link up in the chat. So I appreciate that, David, for your help. So with that Halloween theme, I figured, well, what can Adam speak about today? Talk about myself in third person. So I said, frightening things about reselling. And believe me, reselling is frightening. So if you guys saw our first show that we did last week, Anita and I got a little bit about why we were in reselling. I have some medical issues. Anita has some issues with anxiety and whatnot, and she's, she has children that she needs to be home to take care of. So that's kind of why we got involved in reselling. And her father is a great thrifter, and he's very, very talented, and he's got a passion for it, and he helps Anita, and it's great. So Anita kind of learned from her father, about thrifting. And my mother was a school teacher. She ended up being a single parent. My father was ill when I was growing up. Passed away when I was a senior in college. So my mother was always, buying clothes for myself and my sister, for herself. And she used to go out to the discount stores a lot, like Burlington Coat Factory and Marshalls and Target. So she taught me how to shop for bargains. So when I'm into shopping for bargains, I don't like to pay retail for anything. So anyway, frightening things about reselling. Number 7. I'm going from low to high. I have 7 things here. Listing an item and having it sell very quickly. Did I list it too low? Sometimes you list something and you say, what should I list it at? You check the comp sales, the sold. You say, well, I'll list it for this. I'll list it for whatever. And then it sells immediately. It's like, oh, shoot. Did I sell it for too low of a price? Why did it sell so fast? That's moderate. You get a little annoyed, but it's like, you're glad, the old saying, a slow quarter or a fast nickel. So it's sold, but you're second guessing yourself that I priced it too low. Number 6, this is a little more serious. Customers saying they didn't receive the item.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Now, when you use priority shipping, you have tracking, which is included as part of the cost. So basically, you upload the tracking number in the eBay, and the customer has it and you have it. So basically, if it shows delivered to the customer and you have tracking on it and it's scanned at the property that it was delivered, you're covered by USPS. Also, with the priority shipping, you have up to $50, I believe, insurance. Automatically, you can always buy additional insurance, but you're insured. So basically, you just tell the person, can you check with your neighbors? Did they possibly receive it? And then you can file a claim. Again, it's up to $50. So if you're sending something that's $100 or $200, it depends on your threshold. Some people require a signature, some people don't. Some people just add the additional insurance. You buy additional insurance and insure it up to the value. So say it's $200, you have the $50 automatically built into the priority shipping, and then you would pay the additional fee through the post office or whatever vendor you're using for your postage. That's another thing I'll get into a little bit about. There's some outside vendors that do postage, and they save you guys some money if you're not a top-rated seller. So, number 5, not being able to find quality items for resale. that's kind of what I'm running into right now. When I first started, I think I told you guys in the first video, if you remember, you saw that I started out selling clothes because it was, easy to find at Goodwill and Salvation Army, and the prices were relatively reasonable. But just because it's inexpensive doesn't mean that it's valuable, and doesn't mean it's going to turn quickly. So I started out selling jeans, so I was able to find them for $1 or $2. So now I'm sitting on about 150 pair of jeans. I probably sold 200, but between what I have that's not selling and my cash pile, that's pile, my additional jeans, I'm probably sitting somewhere between 400 total pair of jeans that I purchased, and I purchased some shirts and some hats and whatnot. So I'm trying to make that the change. And that's the other thing. One of the things I learned, two of the famous things I learned in college was the only thing that is permanent is change. So, everything changes. From day to day, from minute to minute. What happened yesterday doesn't necessarily happen today. So again, that's the state of mind too. So I'm working on my state of mind, trying to stay positive and say, but just because yesterday something happened, make today a good day. So again, the only thing that's permanent is change. And the other thing I learned was there's no such thing as a free lunch. So if somebody's doing something for you, it's not necessarily out of the goodness of the heart. It can be. There are some good people still in this world, but sometimes if somebody buys you something, there's like a little requirement, quid pro quo, they say, you have to pay them back or whatever. So we see that. We won't get into that, but we see that sometimes with the auctions. Number 4, returns. When I first started selling and I got returns, I just went ballistic. And about half the time it was my fault being a new seller. I made an error, and about half the time it was like, people switching things. They call it the old switcheroo, or if something doesn't fit, they claim that the color wasn't right, or it had a stain, or this, that, and the other. So basically, they don't want to pay for the return shipping, because on eBay, if you have it set up that you will not pay for return shipping, they can claim that it's an item not as described in INET, is what the acronym for it is. And then people will do that just because something doesn't fit, or they'll buy like 3 or 4 different things, and they'll figure out which one they like the best. Amazon has kind of created that animal, because they pretty much take anything back, and the refunds are very easy with Amazon. So people get used to Amazon doing on Amazon, so they want to do it on eBay. And with eBay, we're small-time sellers for the most part. So if we have to eat, $8, $10, $20 in shipping, it really digs into us. We're not Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon. So, it kind of hurts us. So that was number 4. Number 3, which I'm experiencing right now, like I told you guys, I'm trying to switch my categories and switch my items that I'm selling. Slow or non-existent sales. Again, my sales are very slow right now. I have mainly jeans up. I probably have about 80 pair of jeans up, and about another dozen items, assorted items, hats, shorts, pants. I'm trying to get into more of the hard goods. I'm going to start listing that up and trying to get that action on that, get some flow on that, because the jeans have been very slow. That was number 3. Number 2, and this is a big one: selling an item and not being able to find it for shipping. I know we've all been there, and that is frightening.
That's very frightening.
You purchased something like a year ago, and it's like, oh my God, it's not in the right bin. It's not in the right location. It's not where I thought I put it. Or where is it? What happened? How did it disappear? I only have so many bins. It's got to be here somewhere. And with eBay, you get penalized if you cancel a sale based on your error. So there are some workarounds that I've learned through watching the various YouTube sellers. You can try to request that the buyer cancel it. You can say, Mr. Whatever, unfortunately, I can't find your item. Would you like me to send you another pair of jeans in that size, or would you prefer me to cancel the order? And that's kind of a tricky situation, because if they don't do it immediately, or within your shipping period of time, you get dinged for late shipping. But if they respond back, say, no, I don't want that, please cancel the order. That way you don't get dinged from eBay for not having the item, and canceling on your own, as opposed to the buyer requesting a cancellation. So that's kind of a workaround that some people use. But that is really scary. I mean, I've broken out into cold sweat, and it's like, oh my God, I can't find it. I can't find it. And then, it usually shows up, or sometimes you had a duplicate listing, or you sold something for whatever reason, old glitcheroo, or you yourself listed it again and you didn't have the item, you sold it and you listed it again on eBay. So that was number 2. The number 1 frightening thing about reselling, leaving a full-time job to become a full-time reseller. Now that is scary. Now, Anita and I, we're in different situations. We kind of had to do this because of our health situations and our situation at home, our family situations. But people that are doing reselling, it's like, do I make enough? I won't have health benefits if I leave my full-time job. I have a paycheck every week. I have health, not always have health benefits. I mean, I worked retail and I have health benefits, but if you have health benefits and you have a paycheck every week, and with eBay or Amazon or Etsy or Poshmark, your sales go up and down, up and down. And I mean, there's days where you don't have any sales, and you might sell 15 items over the weekend, and then you go 3 or 4 days where you don't sell anything. So that's the big one. Leaving a job, a full-time job with a paycheck, guaranteed paycheck, and possibly benefits to become a full-time reseller. So they were my top 7 things about frightening things about being reselling. Also, when I was talking about the losing an item, there's videos out there with the various resellers about having an inventory system. I personally use bins. So I'll put, like, with my jeans or my item or my hat, I'll put, like, A15. So, and then I mentioned that last week, on your eBay listings, there's a line now, it's called custom SKU. So when you're doing your listing, you can put in your custom SKU, wherever your item location is. So you put A15 or B21. So when you're going to print out the label, it's in your custom SKU. You'll see that location of the item, which helps. And you'll also be able to find items. So, like, I got a pair of Levi's, 501 jeans, size 30, 28, and you can't find them. Well, they're supposed to be at A15. They may not be at A15, but that's where they're supposed to be. So then I have my bins, marked A, and then I have the item marked A-15, and you can put that in a custom SKU on eBay. The other thing you can do with the custom SKU is you can put, if you have something cross-posted with the various platforms, like if you have it on Poshmark or Macquarie, you can put notes in the custom SKU, somehow to let yourself know that you have it cross-posted, so you make sure you take it off those other platforms. Okay, so they were my top 7 frightening things about reselling with our holiday theme. And you see my hat here, my little skull and crossbones hat, and I got my little Halloween lei, and I have my eBay Open shirt that doesn't fit me because it was too small. But anyway, that's my Halloween costume. So I'm going to open the chat up again. Anita, did you want to say hello to anybody, or do you want to answer questions?
Tanya was here. She's leaving to get her boy. Thank you for joining, Tanya. Hi, Nashana. Hi, Catherine. Thank you, Babsy, for joining in. Let me see if there's any questions in here.
One thing I forgot to mention in our last chat, I forget who it was. One of our Anita's and I regular people that are in our chats. They mentioned how scary shipping is. I didn't mention shipping, but one thing I'll show you guys is, and this is a very minimal investment. I usually just have it plugged in. Can you see this? Is it on you, or is it on both of us now? Can you see me?
I'm not sure who it's on. Let's see.
All right, I'll go back to me because it wasn't switching. Okay, so this is an Accutech. Most of these scales are made in China. They run for about $15 to $30, $40. This is battery powered, and then it zeroes out. So what you can do is I take the item before I list it, and I make sure this zeroes out, and then I take the item and the shipping material that it's in, and I place it on the scale, and then I get the reading, and it tells me how much it weighs. And then you measure the box. You measure the box with your tape measure, and you measure the box, and you put the dimensions of the item into the listing, and then you weigh it, and you know how much shipping is going to be. I usually use flat rate shipping. I decide what it's going to cost me to ship it. See, like Anita's on the West Coast, I'm on the East Coast. So I'm a creature of the 70s and the 80s and the 60s. So I remember Beverly Hills 90210. So Beverly Hills zip code is 90210.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I do something, I punch in my zip code and I put in 90210. So I know the furthest I'm going to ship it is, to California. I mean, typically I don't ship to Alaska, Hawaii, or the territory. You can if you use priority; it's the same price because it doesn't matter as long as it's to a territory or to a state. It's the same price. But with the regular flat rate that you're measuring, the weight and the size and the distance is based on how far it goes. So when it's not a fixed rate, it's by weight. But there are flat rate boxes where you get charged a flat rate no matter what. So I always put in, the most expensive shipping, and then that's what I'll charge for my shipping, and then that's what I'll do. So that is scary too. That's another. That's like a 7A is shipping can be scary.
Yes.
So okay. Any other questions needed in the chat?
Yeah. Nishana's asking, does your box have the size on the bottom?
That particular box is my hat box, and it does. I don't know if you can see it, it's going to be reversed, but this particular box does have the size, 8x8x6. And that's the thing too with the better quality hats, I ship them in boxes. If I bought a used hat and I was selling it for $5, it's one thing, but I'm selling these hats for $15 to $25. So I put them in a box. I put them wrap them in a bag. One of the things you can do is, this is what I learned from the clothing resellers. You can get these great value twisty ties. These are they used to be called bread bags. Now they're called extra large bags, great for rolls and bread. These are, I get these at Walmart, and they work out to like 2.5 or 3 cents a bag. So I put everything, that's what I did when I told you I put like A15 or whatever. So I write that on the bag and I stick it in there. When I ship it out, I take a new bag out. And then I just seal it with my packing tape. That's the other thing. I just have the basic packing tape. I don't use the tape gun because when I was working retail, I used to hate the tape guns. But if you're using a lot of volume, you're going to want to have a tape gun. This is just the basic one. You can buy this at Staples or Office Max or whatever, or Walmart, and then you can buy the replacement tape. But this is what I use. But if you're doing a lot of volume, you're definitely going to want to have a packing gun, tape gun. And this is 2-inch tape. One of the other tricks I learned, which I haven't done yet because I don't do enough volume, is you can buy 3-inch tape. So 3-inch tape, you can usually just use one strip across, as opposed to, like, sometimes with a 2-inch tape, you might have to use two. So you use less tape. So you're using 1 3-inch as opposed to 2-inch, and that's less expensive. So that's something to consider too. Once you get into volume, buying a good tape gun, and then buying the 3-inch tape as opposed to 2-inch tape. Again, I'm seeing Treasure Hustlers, Sarah and Jackie. They do a lot of dumpster diving. That's another option too. You guys can get dumpster diving. Again, make sure it's legal. I don't want to get you guys in trouble. Don't say Adam told me to dumpster dive. But certain communities it's legal, certain communities it's not legal. If it's locked, obviously you can't go in. If it's posted, you can't go in. But you can find boxes, or you can talk to your local retailers. You can go to liquor stores or various vendors and say, what do you guys do with your cardboard boxes, or what do you do with your styrofoam? Or like go to Auto Parts Supply Shop that gets a lot of styrofoam. Okay, so what do you guys do? Do you just throw it out? Do you mind if I come by and pick it up? I'm in a reseller. I want to use it to sell product and ship product online. And usually, if they're community driven, they'll work with you and they'll give you the supplies and throw them out.
Our dollar store here, Dollar King, they just when I need like bigger size boxes and I go there, they give it to me. Like they don't.
Right, same thing with bubble wrap. You can find bubble wrap in dumpsters.
I don't know.
Styrofoam.
Bubble wrap they don't have, but they do have some styrofoam they have, and then they have boxes that they just put outside because they're gonna throw out anyway. So they just say take whatever you need.
Nishana says go to furniture stores to get foam wrap.
That's a good idea. Thank you.
I don't even know what foam wrap is. Is that just like it's kind of like a bubble wrap? It's like on a sheet.
Yeah, just like it's like a like kind of like the mattressy typey, the foams.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean that's again when you're starting out, you're trying to save wherever you can. So if you can dumpster dive and get free boxes, and I buy a lot of stuff, probably more than I should, from Amazon. So I get the Amazon box and I just take the stickers off. That's the other thing. I didn't bring it down. I was going to show you guys. It's called a Scotty peeler. So it's a little device that it kind of gets underneath of the label, and you kind of just can peel it off. So take off your labels, and then you can reship using those items.
And
those
here
boxes.
I am breaking my nails.
Pardon me?
And here I am breaking my nails. What is that?
I'll do a screen share. You talk, and I'll do a screen share and show you guys.
I need one of those. Every time I have like I don't know how to take it off. I try to peel it. I use a scissor or a knife, and then here I am breaking my nails.
Right.
Go to furniture stores. And he's going to show us what that is. I need one of that, whatever it is, because I have a lot of I reuse a lot of boxes. I order a lot of things. I get like shipments on a daily basis, so I try to reuse the boxes that they come in. But I do have trouble taking the labels off. So apparently, let's see what Adam is.
Are we on my screen share?
Yeah, wait, I can see it. Yes.
Okay, so these are the Scotty peelers. Now these are the metal ones. You got to be careful with these because they can damage the box.
Okay.
They can cut in, like, if you take a label off, like something, if you do retail arbitrage.
Okay.
It can damage the product, like if you're taking it off the box. Use the plastic ones.
I didn't.
This is the one I bought. It's only $6.
Yeah.
It comes with one of the metal ones.
Okay.
3 of the plastic ones, and it's what is it? It's $6 to $8.
That's good.
That's
an
and it's for free shipping.
Yeah, that's a good investment if you reuse a lot of boxes. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, for $8. And then if you're doing retail arbitrage, if you're buying things, you're taking the label off, so you buy something on clearance.
Oh, Nashana says heat the labels up with your hair dryer or heat gun, and labels lift right up. Really? Okay, so I guess for those pesky ones that don't move,
you can do that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Nashana. Yeah, that's a good idea too. But I will get one of those because I'm always having trouble taking the labels off, and I reuse a lot of boxes. And yeah, that's a good idea. Okay.
Gotta save some money.
Yeah, anywhere you can save money. Yes, save money anywhere you can. Like recently, I'm gonna put the link up. Recently, I bought that came yesterday night. A big 8-pound pack of tissue paper, which I use a lot of when it comes to my packing, especially when I wrap up the jewelry. I'll put the link up in one of my next videos that I do for opening the jars. I wasn't expecting it to be so much. When I opened it, I was like, wow, that's a lot of paper. And they came in all different colors, which is great. I always wrap up the jewelry individually. I think that's also something that resellers need to do. It's great when you put your items separately, because when you buy two jewelry items and two of them touch each other in a package, what they do is leave scratches on one another, and it's better it's just tissue paper is not that expensive. It's better just to wrap it up and make it send it in safely than all scratched up. And if I were to buy something, I would when I get something and I see them individually wrapped, I see that as that seller paying attention to what they're sending. So yeah, that's a tip too. Okay, we have another question. Adam, sorry, I have an appointment.
Catherine has to go.
Fine, Catherine. Thank you. Okay, so that was it for today. Adam, is there anything you want to say?
No, I just want to thank everybody for joining us. I realized the last show it was kind of screwy, and I had troubles with Google Hangouts, but Anita and I are committed to doing this as a weekly basis. Again, it's going to rotate between each other's channel. So again, I have Anita's link in my channel in the description below. So if you're not subscribed to Anita, please subscribe to Anita, and vice versa. If you subscribe to Anita, please do me the favor and subscribe to me. Make sure you like the video so other people can learn from it. Make sure you are subscribed to me. You can comment in any videos, and Anita and I will be monitoring the chat, the comments, and we'll try to answer the questions. If you guys have questions, we'll try to answer them in the next upcoming shows. And also make sure that you click on both of ours. Make sure, sometimes YouTube's been glitchy and the notification bell is unclicked. So you want to make sure when you subscribe to somebody, the notification bell is clicked, and then you get all notifications. So when Anita makes a video, or she does a pop-up shop, or I do a video, you guys will get notification of it. So Again,
Yeah,
happy Halloween. I want to thank everybody for joining us. And again, this show will be on next Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern or 12 noon Pacific Standard Time on Anita's channel.
yeah. And if you have if you have Facebook and Facebook, please do go ahead and share the video, because this is great useful information, and a lot of people would would be happy to, would have fun watching it and hearing it as well. So
I
I'm
want to
gonna
thank the moderators too, David. And I guess, David, you were the only moderator. I guess I need to make Jackie and Sarah moderators eventually, because they always support me, and I appreciate it, ladies.
thank you.
So we'll see if they're still in the chat. Okay. All right. So you want to call it a day, and thank you for getting dressed up as.
Thank you for having. Thank you as well.
And hopefully you guys learned something today.
Bye everyone. Thank
All right.
you.
Goodbye, everyone. Happy Halloween.